So we're gonna start with the magic. First I'm gonna show you all the ingredients. So we have coconut on the recipe. I think no chutney is good without the coconut. I mean, not for me at least. And carrots. So the main ingredients will be carrots. And I started doing this chutney because coconut is not easily available in Argentina. So I said let's find a main ingredient which is not coconut and which is not coriander, because coriander also is very different in taste. I guess it depends on the soil. So I came with this on the internet and I made some adjustments. So you can use, this is the frozen coconut, shredded coconut, but you can use the dry one if you don't get this one. The only thing is that if you use the dry one, I would use maybe half the quantity I'm using here in this recipe, and you have to soak it first because it's stronger in flavor and it will expand after you soak it. So you have to soak it probably at least an hour ahead in warm water. It's fine. So we have this, we have the carrots I have chopped and I have steamed them to cook them. You can steam them or you can boil them. And then I have here, this is chana dal. I'm going to show you now this one. It's chana dal. And then we have the urad dal, which was from it's not there, okay. And the urad dal is the tiny small one. You see that? That's the urad dal. It has a very specific flavor. It's very pungent. So I have roasted this ahead of time just for this purpose to make it practical. So this is just dry roasted. So you just put it on a pan, and what I did is to put the chana dal first because it's bigger. So you roast it for like 4 minutes, and you have to do it in a medium flame and keep on stirring it so it doesn't burn. And then I added the urad dal, and like for 6 more minutes, depending on your flame, until it's roasted. And you will notice because the smell changes. It has like a nutty smell. You can even try it and taste it. Did you do oil? No, this is dry roasted. Just like this on a pan. You can do it in oil, in the magic as well, but I prefer this method. You can do it, so I like to use less quantities of oil, so that's why
You like to use what oil?
Less quantities of oil, so that's why I use the roasted method ahead, but you can use both. You can do that as well. So we're gonna use, this is the salt, this is Kashmir red chilies, which are whole, and I have chopped them a little bit. This is the one they say it's not that hot. It is a little hot for me, but it depends on how much do you like spicy food. So I put here like 4 big ones, and then I've chopped them. Ginger again. The same in powder, red chili powder. As a fetida powder. And that's it. We're gonna do this. This will be our magic for the moment. This we will blend raw. So I'm gonna do a magic with these 4 ingredients. Actually, we can add the mustard seeds and the curry leaves, but I'd rather do it separate this time. Mustard seeds are very delicate and they need a special point to pop open, to crack. So the oil has to be very hot, and you can do that usually for the chutneys. They do it at the end. So you just add a little bit of oil and you crack your seeds, you put the curry leaves, and then you put that on top of your final chutney. So we're going to do that at the end. So so I can do all this now. So I'm using here coconut oil. Coconut oil comes, at least what I know, in 2 versions. You have the neutral flavor and you have the extra version. The extra version has flavor, has the actual flavor of the coconut. So many times I like to use that because that's what we want here, to have that coconut flavor. Right now we have the neutral here. And as you can see, it's solid because it's cold. Sometimes they chop this and he does it so finely that I can't even find the ingredients. Okay. So first, this matter. Coconut oil for your masala. Coconut oil. Yeah. The mustard seed oil, coconut. I have not done that yet. So I like to have the ingredients I'm going to use in sequence here.
So do you keep it on a high flame?
At the beginning, yes. Not too high. I think this is not the highest.
Right. And then once you put them in, it lowers?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just heating it?
Yeah. Actually, you really need a high temperature for all of this, especially for the mustard seeds. You need a high temperature.
Okay.
So I heard you saying that you put the asafoetida on the second step. So I like to do it at the beginning because I use the hing to tell me the temperature of the oil. So if you just put a little bit, and if it goes like it means your oil is ready. And if it goes down, it means it's still cold. So I like to put at least a little bit at the beginning. And I found there's no change. It doesn't get burned or... But now I think we're going to wait a little bit more.
With Baba, he would just take the water from here and just throw
Right,
it like this. So it was like, and then you go, okay, I guess that,
would show.
yeah, he would just do that, and then you knew that if yeah, so it was very active, very dynamic.
I would go down.
Duck and cover.
Yeah, so let's see how it is now. So it's quite good, but I will wait a little bit more so it like kind of
really sizzles.
It sizzles more, yeah, that's the word. It's almost there. Yeah. Now it's sizzled. Okay. So I'm gonna just ginger. Have to move it, otherwise it's going to stick to the bottom. Ramesh is assistant. Thank you, Ramesh.
To participate.
No, we're going to do that at the end. But you could have done it at the beginning, but it's more risky, let's say.
Playing it safe.
Yeah, we're trying to play it safe here. You can put the mustard seeds, you always have to do it first, like Devyani mentioned today. And then I like to have very close to me the ginger, because when I know it's the point that they have started to splatter and crackle and open, then I throw the ginger so the temperature gets
Right.
low and they don't burn. Because once they burn, they will ruin your dish for sure. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the chilies. A little bit higher. This will change the color of the oil. Smells good.
There's real good ventilation, it's pulling it up so much.
It's fine now, and now the chili powder. Chili powder definitely changes the color of the oil and all the ingredients. That's what I like. It also has a special flavor, like pepper, right? It's like paprika, but it's different. So as you can see, this has really changed. Okay, so we're done with the magic. Wow. We're gonna let it cool a little bit. Using that spoon afterwards. And Ramesh is gonna take care of this.
Thank you.
So, some salt. This will be our final tempering or tadka, which we will add to the chutney. So, what we're going to do now is to grind all the ingredients. We use here the grinder. This grinder is Indian made, and I love them because they're very powerful and you can grind almost anything there. There comes in 3 different vessels, one for the chutney, one for soups, for dals, for this, for hot, for cold. I'm just using the bigger attachment here so we can have more. And they're all so powerful that for this it's enough. So what we're going to do is add a little bit of everything here. It doesn't matter how much of the quantity because it's all coming together at the end. So where's my... So we're gonna add some of the chana and urad dal roasted. We're gonna add some of the shredded coconut.
That's sweet or unsweet?
Unsweet. Always unsweet, yeah. You can actually use the fresh coconut and but the dry one, the brown one. Just cut it open, you cut it in pieces and you grate it. So usually when Gurudev comes home, he brings the coconut and like, tomorrow chutney. So at the beginning I used to use the dry one, but since he started giving me the coconuts, I started...
And then they stay up all night trying to figure out how
to do it.
Cut it out.
Yeah. We're going to use a little bit of water for each batch. Just a little bit. You can, even here you can add the salt, but I will add it at the end. So just a little bit of water, otherwise it won't.
Move around, right?
Yeah.
Circulate.
And besides the chutney has to be a little bit, runny. It doesn't have to be. mix it or add more. So I'm going to add a little bit more of the carrots.
Ron,
Mix it a little bit.
what will you add to the recipe?
Bring the bottom
Salad
to the
dressings.
top.
3 salad dressings.
And see if I need a little bit
Thank you.
more water.
You have another cook here? Do you
Coconut
if you have
absorbs
chance
a
to
lot
add
of
something?
baking, so we're gonna need a little
If you
bit
have chance
more.
to add something to the recipe, what would you add?
To this side? I think it's fine.
It's fine.
Ambika,
Yes.
how steamed are the carrots? How long do you steam
Till
them
you
for?
see they're tender. They have to be completely tender.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Like be able to mash them with a spoon, kind of?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Totally tender.
So you can use a grinder if you have one, or a blender, or a immersion blender. That's where you use it for.
Food processors, right?
Yeah, I think you can use that as well. The thing with the food processors or a regular blender is that the dogs we have roasted, they just won't do it. So for that, I would recommend if you have a coffee grinder, or like these ones, like a NutriBullet or one of those, you can grind that first there and then you mix it on your blender with all the ingredients. Because this will give a special flavor to the chutney. Okay, so let's imagine I have done all that I have here. And then what we just do is add a little bit of lemon. It's going to be 1 tablespoon of lemon. Okay.
Straight lemon juice?
Lemon juice, fresh lemon juice. This is fresh.
No water, just.
No water.
Now, are you still working with a minimal amount, or is this like
This-
1
I'm making-
tablespoon for the whole thing?
No. For the
For
whole
the little
thing,
bit.
yeah.
Okay.
1 tablespoon is for 1 portion, which
Got
is 2 carrots. So right now, this is like a sample of what 1 portion would be.
Yep.
So we just need to add our final tata or magic, and then the salt, coriander leaves, and we're done. So we're gonna do the second magic. I almost forgot. No, I forgot that we have to add this also there. So I'm gonna do it on the next batches. So it's 1 portion of our first magic and all of this. Okay? So careful because it's hot. So now we're gonna do final tempering. Usually have my spoon and everything ready, but I'm gonna do it now. Alex, would you give me another spoon, please?
Tablespoon. There, over there.
Fine. I got. Go play with your friends. In a loving way.
You know what he was saying to me? He said, she's an artist.
Oh, that goes right out the window.
artist. That's sweet.
Sorry.
Here. Okay, again. Here we go again with the tempering. So we're gonna use just the mustard seeds and the curry leaves, which I have chopped, washed, dried, and chopped. Again, I can use a little bit of asafoetida to know if the oil is ready. So I'm gonna use just a pinch now because the rest I have added there.
What does the asafoetida do in the oil that lets you know it's ready?
So what's the word you use?
Sizzle.
It sizzles.
Sizzles.
So that lets me know that the oil is hot enough for the seeds. If it goes to the bottom or if it doesn't sizzle enough, it's not yet the right temperature. So when we did the first magic, what you can do at home, instead of having your carrots cooked first, you can just grate them raw, and after you do all that, you put the carrots there and you cook them. But they have to be finally grated, so you can cook them, and then you just blend everything. But because it's a large quantity here, I rather steam it. Steaming, I like it because it gives all the properties of the food or all the flavor. So I'm going to try how the oil is with a little bit of asafoetida powder. Here I mesh. So, see? Yeah, that hurt, so it's fine. So now we're going to do the mustard seeds. Let them be. And listen. Yeah. See? Yeah. They have started. Splatter. That's good. We have quite a quantity here, so we have to let it be for more time. But at home, you will do faster because it's less quantity. So always have ready your next ingredient, so you don't overburn it.
Do you make international delivery?
every time.
Okay, and mustard seeds, they come in 3 varieties that I know. You have the black ones, the yellow ones, and in India you find the red one, which is a very tiny variety. So now I'm going to lower the flame. Take it and take it off.
Let me tell you that usually she ran away when she does that.
I'm a chicken. No. He always laugh because I throw them and because I wash them first, so usually they have some water, but leaves naturally have some water always. So okay, this is done. So I'm gonna still splatter. So what see? What we will do is just add this at the end. Even if it's hot, it doesn't matter. So, a little review. We're gonna blend together our chana and urad dal, which was roasted first, dry roasted, our cooked carrots, the coconut, and our initial magic, which is all the red chili powder, the red chilies, the ginger, the asafoetida, and the oil. So we want to blend all of that. We bring it here, and we just add the salt. We add the lemon, and at the end, for decoration, once you have it all set in your plate, you add the coriander leaves, fresh. And that's it.
Just
Perfect for that. You need to do that.
So now we need to make way for
So I
it.
think what we'll do is we'll take a 5-minute break,
Let's show
so
them.
everybody can maybe leave the kitchen for 5 minutes.
Did we get to watch them cook?
So if everybody departs the kitchen for just 5 minutes, use the restrooms, stretch, and then we'll prepare the kitchen for khichdi, and then everybody will come back, we'll ring the bell.
Well, I didn't
You have a